It's really neat sometimes how everything kind of ties together. I think today's one of those days. First of all, it's June 1st, which, like in the month of May, it's dedicated to our Blessed Mother. The month of June is dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, one of my favorite devotions. This coming Friday, I believe, is the Solemnity of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. So if you usually don't make it to daily Mass and want to get to a daily Mass, get to next Friday for the Sacred Heart of Jesus, followed by the Immaculate Heart of Mary on next Saturday. But today, June 1st, always in the Diocese of Allentown, the first Saturday of the month of June has always been dedicated to the ordination of our priests. So we have 5 young men being ordained this morning at 10:30. I'm going to have to rush out of here to get up there for that. But what's neat is here in Berks County, we have 2 of them. So Aaron Scheidels from St. Benedict's in Moulton, Keaton Idle is from St. Ignatius there over in Sinking Spring. We all know JV, who was our transitional deacon this year. Nikolai is HGA, at least that's where he's originally from North Carolina, but has been spending his time at HGA. And then one more, I forget the Spanish guy's name, I think it's Miguel, from, I think, St. Peter's. Is he from St. Peter's? Might be from St. Peter's. So a strong Berks County connection here, something to be proud of here. But the ordination essentially is a commissioning liturgy. So what do I mean by this? Commissioning is what? You bestow a mission upon a person and then you send them out, okay? So think of the gospel passages, where Jesus sends the apostles out, and sometimes he sends them out 2 by 2. That's essentially what an ordination is. You bestow a mission and then you send them forth. Okay, so that's what's going to happen this morning. In today's gospel, we have Jesus talking about what authority does he have? Okay, well, the authority that he has is what? His divinity, okay? The very Son of God, his connection to God the Father. That's the authority that he has. He then bestows that authority upon the apostles. And so we hear that today in our brief segment of the letter of St. Jude. It's I believe the only time we're going to hear this letter in the cycle. It's a very short letter. But the main concern about this brief letter is that there are people teaching other teachings besides that from the apostles. That's what St. Jude's getting at here. Okay? So you have other people coming in, preaching a gospel that is different and contrary to the one that has been given by the apostles. Again, who were commissioned by Jesus and sent out to preach the good news and to preach his word. And again, throughout the whole history of the church, from without and from within, you often get even people in positions of authority preaching a message that is different than that which came from the apostles. It even happens today, okay? So many examples, all right? But the idea is where it comes from. God becomes man. God reveals the inner mystery of his life. God reveals really the human person at its fullest. God gives instruction on what we ought to do, the moral aspect of the law. God gives us his Spirit. But all that has been through the apostles, and the apostles then pass that down through the laying on of their hands, which again we call the ordination of bishops. So what we have today is a continuous, though again times of disagreement and argument and councils and uncertainty, but in the long run, when we want to know, okay, where is God's message? Where is the gospel? Where is the word? We look at the magisterium teachings of the church, okay, which again has their foundation in the apostolic teaching, which comes from the authority of Jesus Christ himself. And so this morning we'll celebrate 5 new men, okay, who are going to be a part of that. And I know these men are very dedicated, to the gospel, very dedicated to the teaching, which is the bright side. Sometimes we get so nervous about the low amount of vocations, but the ones that we do have usually are very faithful. They're very men of prayer, and just very dedicated to the priestly work. And hopefully, and I believe that we have that this morning with 5 guys. But as always, we pray for more vocations, and just pray in general, not only more vocations, but more vocations who are dedicated to the gospel message and to the heart of Jesus Christ. May God bless you.